Good morning, Pirates. Dr. Skretta is here to talk to you about the new school rules and regulations. Have a great year, Pirates.
Hey Pirates, Dr. Fred Skretta here, your principal. I want to welcome you. I am so pumped up about this new school, and I hope you are too. A couple of things that I think are cool. First of all, just sort of a simple way to conceptualize our building and try and figure out where you are. Here's a rectangle like this, right? That's the old existing Freshman Center 400 hallway. Then what we've done is we've added another big rectangle perpendicular to the existing rectangle. That is a math term that I was reminded by sum of 4, Mrs. Sumler. Of course, I can always count on her and our math department to help us with these kinds of concepts. So at any rate, what we've done is we have this big rectangle that's been added to perpendicular to the smaller rectangle that existed. And then here's the commons area. Then over here is the gym and music wing. Over here is what we call the FEMA section, Federal Emergency Management Agency. That area is still under construction, but it is going to be wicked cool when it's complete. It will include a wrestling room that is actually a storm shelter that has really thick walls. So that is going to be one of our destinations for future reference. But it also includes a theater room, which is a little bit larger than a normal classroom, vocal music room, culinary arts classroom, which will be a full-scale industrial kind of kitchen setup for Mrs. Pittman and her ProStart classes. And then it also includes one other classroom that's designated as a fax classroom. So it's going to be pretty darn cool. But in terms of another way that we want you to sort of learn your way around is that we have put up all these wall lettering words for our pirate principles. So we have, for example, respect hallway, that is perpendicular to responsibility hallway, and then citizenship hallway, which is where we have social studies and foreign language, which I thought made sense for citizenship. Then integrity hallway for math and business, and science is all on the interior there. And then there's a small passageway by the counseling department that leads back to responsibility hallway, and then the southernmost hallway I think is accountability, if I remember. So then you go into the commons, and then over again towards those other wings where self-discipline and the music hallway, which is yet to be designated. So anyway, we thought that was good to use the pirate principles. And then of course we have some what I hope are inspirational quotations around the building. We have a few more coming up too. So if you take a look at here, Casey, there are a couple stop signs that I'm going to be putting up in the building, but we're going to actually embellish those so that they say a couple cool things like never stop learning and something like don't stop being a pirate. Okay, so just a couple other kind of fun things that we're going to continue to do here at the building. There's been some discussion of picnic tables south of the commons area, outdoors obviously on that area, and hey, I'm game for that actually. But seniors especially, if you want us to maybe call it senior courtyard and get some picnic tables out there, seniors, have your people talk to my people and we'll get this figured out, okay? A couple of other things that I know we need are some benches in front of the school, and some more things like that. So if you think about our gym space and our athletic facilities right now, we're not all the way there. We have one gym. I know we're getting used to that, and practices are going to be sometimes a challenge to try and schedule gym space and everything. Our plan right now is that we will host as many competition events here as we can, depending on the venue and the opponent. So when we play somebody like maybe North Kansas City or Oak Park, who we always want to beat, they might not travel as well, so they're going to have a smaller crowd, and we'll be able to hold those games here. But for bigger venues, like when we play the Dark Side Ray Peck, we might want to go back over to BHS Classic, which is now called BMS/FC, and be able to use Davy Jones Locker for bigger games like that. So additionally, we're still going to be using the Forum over at the old school for theater events and concerts, I think, for the most part. So, and we have some classes that are doing some traveling over to, say, Mr. Ferguson for industrial tech and ag classes, as well as sometimes Mrs. Babcock will be taking theater classes over there too. So, as you know, the CDC classes are, for the most part, going to be run over at the Yoakum building. We're not calling it Yoakum Middle School anymore because it's not that. It's the Yoakum building. So that's another important thing to know. So, as I said on the PA here this morning, some same rules that will apply here that applied at our old school. Hats and hoods off, please, when you enter the schoolhouse. We're going to allow teachers discretion to allow you or not allow you to wear hats and hoods in their classrooms. We're continuing to work on the one-to-one initiative and get you your MacBook Airs. I know it's been a little bit choppy here and there with schedules and getting that figured out, as well as lockers. We have 500 some brand new lockers that were part of the new edition, and we had a little bit of a challenge with that, trying to figure out what the locker numbers were compared to what the serial number is on the inside and on the lock. So we had to correlate that first before we could get them out. So there are some things like that made some bumps in the road as we've opened the new building, but I hope that you are enjoying your new school, and you know, when you have questions, ask. If you have suggestions, share them with me, and I am dedicated and committed to making this the best high school in the country for you, our Pirates. So thank you for all your patience and your ideas as you share them with us, and look forward to having a great year. And our theme for the year is, I got it. You know, I want you to think about different ways that we can apply that phrase. There's an incredible video of a little 2-year-old boy who was actually using prosthetic legs. Some of you may have seen it on the news, or it's on YouTube. And this little tyke is walking with his new prosthetic legs for the first time using a little walker, and he's kind of stumbling along, and his mom says, "Hey, are you okay, boo-boo? Do you got it?" And he just starts going, "I got it. I got it, I got it." So I want you to think about that phrase of "I got it" in terms of, hey, I can do this. I have confidence in myself. I have potential, and I know I can do it. So that's the main thing we want you to know. I'm going to stop here. I've been a little bit windy, but I can do that sometimes, right, Casey? So, okay. Thanks, Pirates. Have an awesome day. Great start to the school year, and best wishes as we proceed through 14-15.